Thank you all for being here. This is a rally. So if you hear something you like, cheer, clap, whoop, do that. Do you all want Medicare for all? That's better. Now, I'm so glad that we had R here saying, I'm a conservative and I want this. I'm so glad we have Karina here saying, I was a Democratic candidate and I want this. Medicare for all is something we all want and we all need. And if we want it, we are going to have to get more of our conservative and moderate neighbors to things like this. And what I'm going to try and do in my speech today is give you a tool that will help you do that. Because I am here today not just to march for Medicare for all, but for the American value that Medicare for all will bring to every man, every woman, every child in our country. Freedom.
Woohoo!
Medicare for all is freedom, people. And there is nothing more American than that concept of liberty, that you should be able to act like you want to, as long as your actions don't impact somebody else negatively. As long as you don't infringe on someone else's rights, you are free to do as you wish. I'm going to tell you a few examples from my own life about how having access to health care increases your freedom to act and the freedom of your family and your friends and your neighbors. Think about these things as I'm talking here. Because healthcare is freedom. And Medicare for All, which is the only serious proposal out there today that would give healthcare to all Americans, is the proposal that would give the most freedom to the most people in our country.
Yeah!
Now, folks, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I get to spend all day, every day with my two little girls, 2 years old and 7 months. They're beautiful. But that means my wife has to work. She's a medical laboratory technologist. You get your blood drawn, you give a urine sample, she's the one in the back doing the test on it and tell you what you've got. Now, she recently switched jobs to a new hospital and a new company. And as all of you guys know, changing job means a change in your health insurance. And unless you're willing to pay some outrageously high COBRA fees, it probably means you're going to have a gap in your health insurance. That's what happened to us. We twisted our schedules around so that every possible medical expense happened either right before or right after that gap. And then for 2 months this year, 2 months in the middle of a pandemic, I spent every day at home watching my girls praying, don't get sick, don't get hurt. Please don't get sick and don't get hurt. Because I knew that even though we had enough savings, we were blessed to have enough to take care of something mild out of pocket. But one bad car accident, one bad case of COVID, and there goes all our life savings out the window. How many of you know someone else that could have happened to, or that it did happen to? That's too many people. It shouldn't happen to anyone. Because that knowledge stays with you. It eats away at the back of your mind. That anxiety never really leaves. Man, when our coverage finally started, I breathed a huge sigh of relief. You shouldn't have to put up with that, people. That experience does not happen in any other rich nation on earth. Because they have something comparable to Medicare for all. Let me put it another way. They are free from that experience. They never have to have it. And that's how I learned that healthcare, even our current broken system of healthcare, is freedom from existential worry and anxiety. When you have healthcare, when you are at liberty to treat a sickness or heal an injury, you are also free to live. You are free to work. You are free to play. You're free to explore the beautiful mountains in this state of Utah. And you're free to do it with the peace of mind that if something bad does happen, you'll be able to recover from it. Think for a moment about all the ways that healthcare can set you free in your lives. Can you even count them? But even for those who can afford health insurance today, our system does not provide the full freedom that it should. Let me give you another small story from my family's life. When my oldest daughter was born, we made sure to go through every step and jump through every hoop to make sure she was added to our insurance because we did not want to be left on the hook for the hospital bills of a C-section. It's thousands of dollars, people. And when we left the hospital, we started taking our daughter to regular pediatrician checkups, knowing that it's a standard preventative medicine visit and it'd be covered 100%. Imagine our surprise when we got a bill, and then another, and then another. Our pediatrician had tried to bill the insurance, but our insurance had claimed that our baby girl was not a covered dependent. We had done everything right, and yet this happened to us. So I had to take time out of my day to call up the insurance company and remind them that yes, my daughter absolutely was covered. This is her birthday. This is the proof. And then the poor person on the phone would say, "Oh, here she is. I don't know how that happened. We'll reprocess this bill." This went on for a whole year. I had to call for every pediatrician bill. And had my insurance company been any other type of for-profit company, I could and would have taken my business elsewhere. But our health insurance operates through our jobs. I couldn't do that. And they knew it. My liberty to act was restricted. I was not free to choose better health insurance. And a big part of me still wonders whether they took so long to fix that technical glitch just in hopes that I would give up on pestering them and pay the pediatrician myself and save the insurance company some money. Well, they didn't get it from me.
Woo!
But maybe they got it from someone else. And if they did, then they abridged that person's freedom even more than they did mine. That's not okay. Under a properly run Medicare for All system, this would not have happened to my family. It would not have happened to my baby girl. She would have been automatically enrolled when we applied for her Social Security number. More importantly, the motive for that year-long delay, saving the for-profit company money, wouldn't have existed under Medicare for All. Now, government programs can be run poorly. Let's go ahead and admit it. It is possible. But at least with a government program like Medicare, the initial goal isn't to make money. The initial goal is to care for and provide a service to your citizens.
Yeah. Woo!
That is the right goal for any healthcare system. And you're not going to get there if you start from the wrong goal of making a profit. Woo! Right. Now, I'm sure you know, and you'll hear more about it from Dr. Jarvis in his recorded remarks later today, that the motive of making profit directly conflicts with the motive of providing the best possible care to a patient. Because the best possible care, preventing disease, usually costs a whole lot less than treating a disease. Which is better for your health? To never have cancer, or to go in for months and months of chemotherapy? To get a COVID vaccine, or to spend a month on a ventilator? Which is better for your health? But which of those two options is better for a hospital's profits? That's the problem in our system. But Medicare for All will not have that perverse conflict of interest. If anything, it will have the motivation to reduce expenditures by keeping people healthier. And this is just the beginning of why Medicare for All will, in large measure, set our country free. Medicare for All will free us from the crushing medical debt that's been mentioned here today, which the New York Times reported this week totals $140 billion. And that's just the medical bills that are in collections, not the grand total. Medicare for All will free us from the hundreds of thousands of bankruptcies each year that are due in whole or in part to medical debt. Other advanced countries, by the way, don't have medical bankruptcies. It's not a thing there. It's a uniquely and shamefully American byproduct of our broken healthcare system. And even for those of us who don't have any medical debt, Medicare for All will be liberating. It will free us all from having to navigate the maze of health insurance company runarounds. Not to mention the ridiculous policies they put in place to squeeze out every last dime from us. Medicare for All means freedom from deductibles. Who wants that? Yeah! Medicare for All means freedom from outrageous co-pays. Who wants that?
Yeah!
means freedom from lifetime benefit caps. Who wants that?
Yeah!
Freedom from paying a certain percentage until you reach an arbitrary dollar amount and then things change on you because that's the decision. Who wants that? Who wants freedom from having to worry about whether your prescription is name brand or generic?
Every day.
I see you. Medicare for all means freedom from out-of-network fees. It means freedom from healthcare networks at all. And when we have freedom from all of these idiotic contrivances that health insurance has fostered on us, we have freedom to do so much more. We have freedom to act as we wish. Medicare for all will make you free to visit whichever licensed healthcare professional you choose. Who wants to do that?
Yeah!
No networks. Medicare for all will set you free to call an ambulance when you need it, knowing that it will not empty your bank account.
Woo!
And with healthcare you can count on, free from COBRA fees or monthly premiums, Medicare for all will give more Americans the freedom to leave that dead-end job you were only in for the benefits and start that business you've always dreamed of. Who wants more of that? Hell yeah! Or maybe freelance. Or stay at home with your kids. Who wants freedom to do those things? And bonus for your conservative friends. Without having to worry about the medical costs of pregnancy and giving birth, more American families will be able to have the number of kids that they want, but can't right now afford. And it'll reduce the number of abortions. Tell that to your conservative uncle. And by the way, we are not asking for all this for free. We are willing to pay our fair share in the tax system that must be put in place for this to work. We know freedom isn't free, but we know for sure that we are not getting our money's worth right now.
Yeah.
You heard it before, you're going to hear it again today because it's the truth. Our country spends twice as much on healthcare as other developed nations, and we get worse outcomes. We have lower life expectancy. We have worse infant mortality. We have worse maternal mortality. And the extra money we spend goes right to line the pockets of those insurance companies and other people. It's not fair. We want a better deal than that. We want our money back.
Yeah!
Money spent in a way that will work, in a way that is fair, in a way that will not bankrupt the poorest among us. Yeah.
Woo!
Now, as we talk about Medicare for all and the freedom it brings, let us be sure we are equally clear about what it is not. Medicare for all will not make us all equal. No matter what healthcare system we put in place, some people will be sicker than average through no fault of their own, even though they take good care of themselves. Other people won't take good care of themselves and will still be healthy. What Medicare will do is not make us equal in health, but equal in terms of opportunities. It will give everyone an equitable chance to access healthcare where they need it. This great modern inequity of our nation, our system of segregation between those who can afford health insurance and those who can't, will be done away under Medicare for all. Equality of opportunity brings freedom too. In short, Medicare for all gives us the freedom to pursue happiness. Good healthcare can grant us life. Medicare for all will increase our liberty, and that will let all Americans better pursue the American dream of happiness. As you leave here today, think of all the ways that Medicare for all would increase your freedom, the freedom of your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, and then tell them about that. We need their help to make Medicare for all a reality. We can't do it just for the people who are here today. And the best way we can get those neighbors of ours who might lean conservative or who maybe consider themselves moderate, the best way we can get them on our side is to show them how Medicare for all will increase their freedom. And it will set them free. Because healthcare is freedom, and freedom is what the United States of America has always aspired to, and it's what it can deliver today to its citizens with Medicare for all. Thank you.